we are so lucky today to speak to Sean McElwee and Sean Couevas in today's episode of Born Fabulous Podcast. Hi, my name is Greta Harrison, and I welcome both Seans, who will be referred to as Sean M and Sean C today, to the show. How are you guys?
I'm doing awesome.
Doing really well. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for taking the time. We really appreciate it. We want to delve into your special friendship and your special bond. But before we do that, let's catch up on where you are, because both of you are famous because of Born This Way. And so since the last episode of Born This Way was shown, now this is being recorded before the Christmas special, and I'm not sure if it'll be aired right around then or after, but let's catch everybody up on what you've been up to. So let's start with Sean M. What have you been up to since you last filmed Born This Way?
I started hanging out, started hanging out with my girlfriend, but I got a new girlfriend. It's April Clark. I really love her a lot, and she means a lot to me. I posted a video on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because Sean McElwee has a strong presence on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and we'll be talking about YouTube a little bit more. And what else have you been doing? How's your T-shirt business been doing, Sean McElwee?
Oh, it's good, but right now it's crazy.
It's crazy. Tell us the new exciting things that have happened.
I get a new journey coming up. It's called a lot of things is happening, like
The store.
Yeah, a store, yeah. And something like a store, and I got to the Body Rock and Peanut Butter Fucking and those celebrities. They're gonna be there.
It's gonna be a good buddy walk.
So, okay, so you just talked about two things. Let's talk about the store. Let's explain. Why don't you explain to everybody your store, because it's my understanding that's been one of your dreams. Am I correct?
Yes, that's true.
It could happen, right?
Yes.
And so tell us about your store, where it is, how it works. Can you tell us where it is?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, yes. It's in the market area, like Forest and around there, and there is furniture, and the second floor is my store is.
Is your store, correct me if I'm wrong, but your store is in what's the name of the mall that it's in?
Laguna Hills Mall?
Laguna Hills Mall. For everybody who doesn't know, they're in California. I'm in Virginia. The store is in Laguna Hills Mall, but it is in a place that used to be Macy's, correct?
Yeah.
And they've turned it into a kind of unique concept where a lot of different businesses like you can be in there and you can have your merchandise, but there's one checkout. So you don't have to be present all the time that it's open. Is that correct?
Yes.
It's a pretty cool setup. There's a lot of cool stuff in there.
It does.
So how often do you get to go out to that store, Sean M?
Like a couple of times, like my day, like 11 to 12, and then eat lunch, stuff like that.
So you go check on it a few times a week?
Yeah, but not too much, because my mom always told me, go to the store, organize things, but I'm good. I know of that.
It's a lot of work.
But my mom told me on Christmas, it's going to end right there.
Oh, so you're going to end it after Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a lot of stores do that. They almost call them sometimes pop-up shops. So you're doing it at a good time of the year. Well, now, and let's go on to you mentioned buddy walks, right? And you're going to see Zach from the Peanut Butter Falcon and some other people at upcoming buddy walk?
Yes.
Okay. And when is that going to, is that going to be in California or somewhere else?
It is.
In California? In LA? Okay. All the famous people, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Like you.
A lot of guys I do know it's gonna be there. His name is Zach, but his real name is McElwee from WWE.
That's right.
Okay.
Be there, but
Yeah, he is. But
oh really?
all the cast members email it because all the cast members are going completely.
Interesting. This should be quite the turnout.
It does.
And then there's more news because, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's going to be a Sean show on YouTube.
Yes, that's true.
And that's maybe possibly in January of 2020 or approximately around there. Is that true?
Yes.
And it could possibly have both of you Sean's. Is that true?
I'll definitely be making an appearance.
I really like that
Yeah.
because I got a podcast on my YouTube show. As well as guys is one of my friends. It's called Introduction from my YouTube show.
Interesting.
What's
Sean?
going to be the show?
A podcast.
Sean C., tell me this. With Sean M's YouTube show, you're going to be more than just an appearance, aren't you? I think you'll be a
Yeah, I'll probably be making quite a few appearances.
And what's
That's
the
perfect title? So
you'll be a friend of the show, right?
Exactly.
Is that how Hollywood puts it? Like, is that what your title was on Born This Way?
Yeah, friends and family is what the official cast role or whatever they titled it. So.
Okay. And Sean C., let's talk about you, because your life was well portrayed and documented on Born This Way. People saw everything from Sean McElwee trying to go after your then girlfriend, which we will talk about, to your wedding, your shower before your wedding, your baby shower after your wedding that was called a man shower. So you've had your life on TV. So let's hear what's happened with your life since then.
Pretty much my life is ruled by a 2.5-year-old menace. He's pretty much, my life consists of 100%, work and being a dad. And he's very busy and very happy, funny little guy. And he's got quite the relationship with Sean. They've got a pretty cool little relationship. And everywhere Sean goes on his trips and stuff, he always comes back with a present for Holden. And it's pretty cool to see. But that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. It's enjoying every moment that I have with my son and working.
Well, we should bring up that your marriage was well documented, but unfortunately you're not married anymore.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a mistake because you have this beautiful son named Holden.
Exactly. And we have a good co-parenting relationship. So Holden doesn't see any negativity, and we separated early enough to where he really doesn't know any different. So he's a happy, funny little guy.
Okay. Well, we're glad to catch up with that. And what do you do for work, Sean C.?
I'm in sales. I work for an electronic components distributor. I do field sales. So I meet with all the businesses in Southern California. Well, as many as I can, really, to try to sell them our products. My territory is Southern California. And
before that, you've got quite the history. Correct?
Before I worked in electronics, I worked in television. I was a development producer. I basically would try to come up with new show ideas, scout locations, cast them, and then put them together in a complete package to pitch to the networks. So it was quite a career change, but I picked an industry that was a little bit more stable to raise a family, basically.
And then you were also in radio, correct?
No, before that I worked in the music business.
The music business. I'm sorry. That's right. The music business.
Yeah.
And then before that?
Before that, I was in the military. I was in the Air Force. So I've done a lot of different things. I got out of the Air Force and worked in the music business and actually started my own little independent record label. And then when the economy went south, I decided to go back to school and got a degree in film and that's when I started working in television.
Okay. Well, I also want to tell this audience what a special young man you are, Sean C., because you decided to enlist after 9/11. And so it's been 18 years since you did that, and you served our country in the Air Force for 6 years. So I thank you for your service, and I think it's wonderful, and you're quite an amazing young man. So that's amazing. So Sean M. and Sean C., let's talk about how you met. When did you meet?
I know how since refuge because me him took refuge with Henry, and I know them since then, and I know them since all my life because him and
seems like it, huh?
Yeah,
had a lot of cool things together.
Yeah, we did. Like to go out, do golfing, full 18 holes, stuff like that.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah,
and then back then, I did touch on already. About my parents' house, I guess still his girl.
Now we're gonna, trust me, we're gonna touch on that. But talking about how you met, it feels like you've known him your whole life, but the truth is you have not known him your whole life. The truth is that you've known each other how long, Sean C.?
About 5 years. Yeah.
But you had heard about Sean M., correct?
Yes, I had some friends that worked in the after-school program at Chibuco Hills, and they would always talk about this kid who was fearless and was just so funny. And they would talk about, like, they would turn their heads and he would be climbing up trees and stuff. And they would tell him to get down. He would always have the funniest responses. And they just so I heard stories about him for years, and then I was fortunate enough to meet him. And we bonded instantly. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, we did. The amount of time he did, he got me a burrito.
The first time I hung out with him, I took him to Taco Bell, and I went to the bathroom, and I came back, and he had ordered 20 burritos.
20 burritos?
20 bean and cheese burritos.
Did you cancel the order, or did you take a...
We canceled the order, but then, he just got 2, but then he went back and tried to order some more after that. So, that was the first time we hung out.
Yeah, we did. But it's really too much for him.
No, I could handle it.
That's funny. That's very, very funny. So you met 5 years ago, and Sean M. mentioned a program called Refuge. I'd like each of you to tell me about that program, because I think that's going to be of some interest to our audience. Sean C., let's start with you, and then I'll have Sean M. chime in and tell me what maybe you missed, Sean C. Talk to us a little bit about Refuge. What does it look like? What is it?
Yeah, Refuge is a weekly like activities club, and they also do a sermon. It's almost like a church service as well, with some special needs young adults and a mix of typical people too. It's a lot of activities. There's music, and there's a message every week. It's a lot of fun.
I know. It's some people is in the wheelchairs.
Yeah, there's some people in the wheelchairs. Yeah.
People with all different kinds of disabilities. And the people who do not have disabilities, are they mostly young like you, Sean C.? You're in your, just so the audience knows, you're in your mid-30s, and Sean M. is in his mid-20s. Is it about that age range, or is it all ages?
There's people in high school in their 20s, and there's some even older than that. There's a couple in their 30s, and I think Pat was in his early 40s. He was hanging out every week. So they're all ages, really, which was pretty cool. I mean, there was a good mix of people.
Okay. And and you would meet weekly, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you had music. Didn't you say something? Tell me.
There was music. Music was a big part of it. They would have, they would play some worship music and some pop music, and everybody was welcome to come up on stage and play instruments. And Sean would always go up with his acoustic guitar and rock out for every song. And that's actually when I first noticed him. He was rocking out harder than everyone else. I was like, I want to be friends with that guy.
You could tell us. personality from the very beginning, huh?
Yeah, well, I tried to talk to him. He kind of brushed me off the first time. He was already a star.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But that was even before Born This Way, right?
Oh yeah, before Born This Way. So he was really, I mean, he was made to be a star long before Born This Way. He had the persona. Definitely.
That's funny. So Sean M., what is your description of Refuge?
Refuge is like it's a lot of cool things, like worship Jesus, stuff like that, and we'll pray and listen to music and something like hang out and get to know new people and stuff like that.
So you pray, you listen to music, you hang out. What was the first thing that you said in there?
About Jesus. You learn about Jesus.
Oh, you learn about Jesus. Well, of course, that's very cool. Okay, so that's how you met. And now 5 years later, you're very close. And how often do you get to see each other? And what do you do when you see each other?
I'm gonna say like not that often because I never see him enough yet because I made him text, but not too much. But I don't know what's going on with him and everything because he's my buddy. Because I don't know everything because he knows everything because he's my friend since forever.
Yeah, we try to hang out as much as possible, but we get pretty busy. But it's usually every 2 to 3 weeks that we hang out, probably see each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
which
you
isn't as often as we'd like, but we both have a pretty busy schedule.
Well, Sean M. has 3 jobs, and Sean C., you're a busy dad, and you have your job, so we understand that. But you stay in touch via text and phone as well, correct?
Yeah, I get a lot of Sean sends me videos of himself singing, and and it's they're really long. But he'll send me a video that's 10 to 12 minutes long.
Or 20.
There have been some really long ones, yeah, and they're great. That's all I can say. Great. But they would be a lot better if they were shortened, maybe like a minute tops.
So you're saying you want him to edit, correct?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, but I don't.
He wants to keep it full length.
Well, but you're going to have your YouTube show, so you're going to have to be learning about editing.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't do that because my mom do that.
Well, you and your mom will, I know your mom does that, but she will include you in that. And trust me, the whole point is you will learn that editing is important.
Yeah.
But I think that's cool. That's cool that you send those videos. And I think that's really neat.
Love is all around. Love is a